What is up, friends? What is up, Mike? What is up, Akil? Congratulations on your nearly finished exam session. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Phil Plays Bass, where Phil plays lots of bass and hopefully doesn't talk too much today, because there's a lot to get to. How is everybody doing? Mike, lovely to see you. We'll jump on a call at some point afterwards, after the stream, whenever you're free. If you're not free today, we'll do it some other time, but I'm free, so we might as well. Akil, tomorrow's last exam. Ooh, math. Oh my god. It's probably another big one. Force et honneur, as we say in French. All power to you, man. We'll be with you in spirits. Although some of us might be asleep, or I haven't worked out the math. Welcome back, guys. There's been a bit of an interesting happening. I've just remembered a bunch of things that I used to practice, and an app that you guys are gonna love, I'm sure, if you're not already familiar with it. It's really, really cool stuff. But first and foremost, it's been a while since I've done any kind of our more regular finger splitting, pain-inducing finger splitters, or whatever they're called. So I figured it'd be a good opportunity to get back into them a little bit. And I haven't done a lot of playing today. I did do a little bit of transcribing, refreshing my memory on a bunch of things that I'm going to cover later on, but not a lot of actual practicing. So you guys will already be familiar with the bane of the stream, our Lars Lehmann exercises. I'm just going to go through them for a few minutes, just to see how my left hand is behaving. And if it's acting out, I might have to spend a little bit more time on it. But we'll see how it goes. Let's put a click on. Yeah, it would be nice to have a click up, Phil. Come on, where's your click? Where's my click? There it is. I'm gonna use my own because it's already open. Put it at 90 BPM. Yeah, feeling confident. It should be coming through. Should be. Not yet. It is coming through. Lovely. You guys remember this old nut? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where was I? Nice. It's feeling pretty good. I've just noticed that my thumb position was how to say that without sounding like I'm complimenting myself. I'm just happy with the work I've done. Thumb is moving really smoothly, really naturally at the back of the neck. I'll just play that last one again so you guys can see how often I have to switch positions, and if you think that's smooth or not, let me know. I love the way my thumb, I don't even have to think about it. And the fact, it's funny, but when I started thinking about it, couldn't do it anymore. So I have to do a little bit of abstraction when it came to that, in order to let my thumb do what it normally does. But that's the exercise paying off, of doing it really slowly and making sure that my thumb is always in a supportive position, always in a supportive position at the back there, and always sort of repositioning. When you on your way up, it's easier to sort of slide it up. On the way down, you have to do a bit more sort of what would you call that, scaling? What would you call this kind of movements? Kind of like a caterpillar in a way, nearly like kind of this kind of thing, because obviously a thumb, by the physiology of the human body, it's not as natural to sort of push it up, whereas we can sort of slide it down a bit more on the way down. I'm very happy to see that my thumb is repositioning like every other fret, which is very nice. Nate, thank you for joining, man. I understand that you're that you got to work, dude, but I appreciate your support and you being here. I hope you're well, dude. Nate, it wasn't you that commented on the last stream, because I didn't recognize. There was a guy called Indo that commented on the last stream, and I was wondering if that was an alias of yours. But I don't think so. I don't think so, because the comment came a little bit out of the blue. Some guy said, talking about the Note Match app, he just said, "Oh well, I don't think the points are really necessary. All you need is just a random note generation, and then you should know whether or not the note is the correct one or not." I was like, "Well, you're sort of missing the tree for the forest, or you're not seeing the tree for you're not seeing the forest for the tree. You're focusing on this one little thing, and I think the whole point is to sort of gamify it, or make it eventually more of a. It's not supposed to be a be-all, end-all app that will make you a better musician. Obviously, your brain still has to do the heavy lifting. It's just a helper. It's just a bit of a helper, and I feel like the points maybe make it easier for some people to sort of stick with it. Maybe if you're if you have more of a competitive disposition, eventually, I know the point system is a little bit off at the moment. You get loads and loads of points forever, So I have to calibrate that, but the fact that it's working is already pretty good. The calibration is just, it's you calibrate that with user feedback and your own use of the app. For the time being, it is what it is. There's a point system. It's not perfect. It's going to get reset a bunch of times. So be prepared to lose your streaks and scores. But for the time being, it is one step in the right direction. And altogether, there will be like a heat map where maybe, here are the notes that you're more often than not you miss or you're inaccurate with. It's just supposed to give you some information about your own playing that you maybe have not thought of. It's not, like I said, it's not the panacea. It's not gonna transform you into Jacob Pastorius. It's just meant to gamify. It's just meant to make one aspect of practicing just a little bit more pleasant and add a couple of extra little, dopamine releases or whatever. We'll see. This guy doesn't seem to have a lot of faith in this, but I do. Am I deluded? Possibly. Is he a negative Nelly? Possibly. Nobody knows. We don't know yet. I hope I prove him wrong, and I hope I win him over. And eventually he's like, you know what? The point system is actually quite fun. So, cheers for that. Yeah, thanks for not listening to me. We'll see. In any case, any feedback is welcome. Even when it's a bit more like, dude, why are you doing this? It's useless. I was like, well, for now, maybe. For now, for you, an app that tells me where the water table is kind of useless to me, but super useful to land surveyors. How did I come up with that example? I have no idea. But it just came up. So there we go. I could have come up with anything else. I could have said TikTok. I don't use TikTok at all. Never been on TikTok. Never browsed it. Never ever. I find YouTube and Instagram already a little bit too addictive potentially. So Mike says, Note Match made me realize that my 5-string needs a lot of work where fretboard knowledge is concerned. For sure, Mike. There's so many more questions I need to ask you, and we'll get to that. But I'm glad this is having a positive impact on you already. Or like I said, it's not supposed to highlight the weaknesses. Your brain does that for you. The app just blurts out random notes, and you're the one that has to take conclusions. So, yeah. For now, the app can't do the heavy lifting for you, but I hope maybe at some point, maybe it will. Maybe it will when I've got a team of programmers, team of developers, marketing team. I've got a team of UI designers as well. Who knows? We'll start with a couple of guys, students, possibly. Speaking of which, I've still been working on that obviously all day today. All of the work I did today was kind of a behind the scenes, reorganizing my code, separating it into different folders, that sort of stuff that you can't see. But I did add, God, I hope it works today. I did add a little visual aid for the streaks and that sort of stuff. Also, there's a bit of a glitch. I need to figure out why it's not immediately picking up on the first note that you play. There we go. It's just a fun little visual element to sort of keep you visually entertained, I suppose. Not too distracted, just a little bit. Not really the most necessary thing to implement, granted, but still a fun thing to do. Okay, onwards. Something actually really, really groundbreaking that I just remembered today. I thought the app iRealB did not exist anymore. And I was mistaken. How mistaken was I? I forgot to add it to my scenes. iRealB. Stop clicking everywhere like a madman, Phil. Sorry, I was clicking everywhere and I got lost. I got a little bit lost. Where was it? Add existing. I will be. There we go. Okay, there it is. What are we looking at? Basically, this is a. If you're not familiar with it, this is. I used to practice to this all the freaking time, all the time. Due to copyright concerns, sadly, the app used to have within itself, out of the box, it used to have all of the chords for basically the entirety of the Great American Songbook in it. All of the, I've got rhythm, I mean, you name it, any kind of jazz standard was on there by default. Now you have to sort of download them through a third-party service. It's been like that for like 10, 15 years, whatever. But they're still widely available. The app still works. You can create your own charts, basically. And the amazing, amazing, amazing part about this thing is it gives you the chords in the background as well. It has its own little embedded player. And you can look at the chords. How amazing is that? Furthermore, if you're struggling with one particular aspect of the tune, you could do this. You can select range and it will play it again. It's basically like Amazing So Downer, but with charts. So this is really, really cool. It's called iReal Pro and it's on the App Store. I'm guessing it's on, I think I had it on Windows as well with my previous laptop. And a very, very cool app. Not only can you use that on gigs, you know, on your iPad or whatever, and somebody's like, oh, so we just play this. And you can go and look into the forums, and usually it will have the tune. If you pick something up like Whitney Houston, let's say, Whitney Houston songs, and there we go. It's basically a Google search, and then you will blah 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 blah. I will download all of Whitney, open iReal Pro, import playlist, bam, and now I've got, if I look for Whitney, I have nothing. There we go, and I can transpose it super easily with this little drop down menu there. So just an absolute total winner of an app. Very, very strongly recommend that you guys have a look at it if you're interested in. Basically, it's a gig utility, super useful on gigs. I can't tell you how many times I had to use my iPad for this kind of stuff. You know, like last minute gigs, this sort of stuff. Quick glance at the chords, and then you just put it on the side of you, and you just just go through that. Super easy. But as a practicing tool as well, it's really, really amazing because for something like this, this blues tune that we transcribed a few months ago, you guys will remember. You guys will remember Now's the Time, Charlie Parker. I'll just play a little bit of it. It should have been playing. It's not playing because it's not hearing it. You guys will remember this tune. Beautiful, gorgeous little blues standard by Charlie Parker. And this allows you to practice to it, even if the instruments are not, they don't sound great. This is not an actual beautiful jazz backing track, but because it is a little bit dry, it also kind of forces you to focus on, it brings out all of the little asperities in your playing, all of the little defects, the little imperfections in your playing. This thing is quite unforgiving. You will realize all the stuff that you're doing wrong. And I say that because I literally went through that this afternoon again. And I was like, oh gosh, this solo, I thought I had it. And it sounds like a potato. It sounds like a bunch of potatoes being poured into a bass drum and shaken by a big construction engine. You know what I mean? Just imagine a big maracas, but it's a bass drum full of potatoes. That's what I sounded like. Don't know where I went there. Super cool practice tool, and I was using it to finally start practicing the solo on this Oscar Peterson tune, because you remember the Oscar Peterson solo, the beautiful piano solo that I played many times, transcribed on the stream. Really gorgeous thing, and I was kind of stuck with it because I was like, there's a part in it that's just so unbelievably piano that it's not really reproductible. You can't really reproduce it on the bass. It's just that. It's just this super fast random arpeggio that you'd need three hands basically. I need another arm here with a hand, sort of just doing some tapping over the fretboard to being able to play that. Hadrian might be able to do it. I'm not. And I was like, I'd kind of just given up a little bit on it, but I gave it a try on this app, and the fact that all of the sort of juice of the interaction between Ron Carter, Oscar Peterson, and Elvin Jones on this record, all of the jazzy juice is removed. It's kind of possible to just practice it kind of with a click, but with a bit of piano. Enough talking. I'll just go through it and you guys see what I mean. I hope the levels are okay. It should be. I mean, it's looking all right on my end, but it might need a bit of readjusting. Do let me know. I'll turn the piano down. Can put a little bit of a drum set on this. We need a 2-bar count because there's a solo break. Okay, it starts right off the bat. That might be a bit slow actually. There's the part. And because all of the usual audible cues that you would have on the tracks, like a little drum fill or a little bass cue, a little bass fill in there that reminds you where you are on the track and that you've associated with the line, all of that is completely stripped, which means it's perfect for forcing you to internalize a particular melody. So I super strongly recommend transcribing solos and then putting yourself through. Once you've memorized the solo properly, and I hadn't, that's the whole point. I did spend a bit of time today trying to force myself to adapt the solo to a different context. Same chords, same tempo roughly. Well, same tempo I would practice it at. But all of the jazz juice that I was talking about earlier is gone, which means I've got no points of... no little helpers to remind me where I am, which means it's just me and my memory, and it's a great tool. That it's really consolidated the melody in that solo for me. And again, you can just practice on one single bar of this. The volume might be a little low actually. See the E flat 7 sharp 11. I don't really know what that sounds like. Wait, no, hang on. Just play this one, please. Is it not going to repeat it? You have to sort of select them. Is there another place where there is? I thought you could do it. I think you have to sort of prime it. Oh, there we go. Now it's repeating. For some weird reason, it doesn't want to repeat single bars. That's odd. No counting. Why? Maybe... That's a bit frustrating. I swear I was able to do that yesterday. Well, I'll have to figure out exactly how I did that yesterday, because it was working and it doesn't seem like it wants to anymore. But if it's just one bar or one section that you're trying to hone in on, yeah. Like for instance, I was trying really hard to one bar counted. There's this quite difficult section in there. 2, 3. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. Spacebar then? And I just had this on repeat for I don't know how long, 20 minutes, half an hour, because this section, this rhythm is just so loose, and I was starting to get a handle on where all of the transients are compared to the tempo, and they do fit in. It's just, it seems so loose in the track that I kind of learnt it as a loose line, like kind of a arrhythmical, like, but it's not. Never is with these jazz legends. It's always, you know, solid, even though it seems like it's all over the place. That's jazz. Ah. Ah, no, I've lost it. I've lost it. I think I was practicing it a little bit slower. 2, 3. That's it. Oh, there we go. Repeats. I've lost it. But it's starting to come together. I'm starting to feel exactly where the pulse is, whereas by just transcribing the line, I was just completely lost, really. Just refreshing our memory real quick. This beautiful solo. There it is. The real deal. Ron Carter, Elvin Jones, Oscar Peterson. There we go. And then they're back to the head by cutting the form short, which I've realized by playing along to the I Real Pro track. They're actually starting, he finishes his solo here, and then they start again on the second A. Well, no, actually they scrap the second A and they start straight from the top again, which is interesting. Although actually, no, I might be wrong. They might just be finishing on the, I'll just double check that, but there's something funky going on there. Something really funky. Any cool tracks that you guys have heard of recently? Any sort of technical hurdles that you're still facing? Anything I can help you guys with? Let me know. But yeah, Mike, this app is very, very useful. And like I said, all of the jazz tunes you can possibly think of are all there. A Foggy Day, a Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I used to walk around Berkeley Square quite often, actually. Beautiful place. That's just homeless people. All of them. Africa, Adam's Apple, After You've Gone, Afternoon in Paris, like all of the Brazilian stuff as well. Everything is there. Ain't No Mountain High Enough. There we go. There's some pop stuff as well. Alice in Wonderland. Ooh. Beautiful tune. That I'm gonna have to practice that at some point. Everything, and that's just the A's, guys. Look at this. The entirety of the Great American Songbook. Literally, if you can think of a jazz standard, it's in there. It's missing a few. Obviously, it's always missing a couple. Blah blah blah. But you know, for us mere mortals, that's plenty for a lifetime to practice, really. For sure. Any other cool jazz standards that I transcribed some time ago that maybe I think there are some workouts as well. Dominant, yeah, there we go. Dominant 7 workout as well. They've got this kind of stuff. And if you can't find it, you can literally just create it yourself. And here it just takes you through the circle of fifths, practicing whatever you want to play. C. You can do whatever you want for however long you want. Here, this was just 3 repeats. You can have it all the way to 30, and you can just plunge into a practice routine and just, yeah, disappear for a couple of hours, really. It's just beautiful. Mike, I took a pic of a song in the car where the vocalist sang in unison in the intro. It reminded me of you. Cyril Aimé Laverne Walk. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can... Oh, it's Cyril Aimé's version. Cyril... Let's go. Let me just get rid of this. Boom, 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 boom. Nice, nice. Wow, Cyril. Yeah, I'm familiar with her. She did a few appearances on Emmett's Place YouTube channel. Emmett Cyril. YouTube, come back. Oh my God, these guys are they just blow me away every single time.
Here are 5 foods I feed my chickens for the best.
Oops, sorry guys. Just a rogue click. Apologies. I do like cooking. This could have been so much worse. So much worse. There she is.
Listen, baby, while I say, how could you tell me that you're going away? Don't say that we must part. loved you for many, many years. I loved you night and day. How could you leave me? Can't you see my tears? So listen while I say, after you've gone and left me crying.
Oh no, you can't hear? Mike, sorry, was I just playing this video and the sound wasn't coming through? Or was it just Spotify?
Gone. There's no denying.
It's like I've been sat here for a minute and a half. Well, it could have been worse.
You
again.
seem blue. You feel sad. You miss the dearest pal you've ever had. There'll come a time, now don't forget it. There'll come a time when you will regret it. Someday, when you grow lonely, your heart.
I'm hoping they go into double time here.
You'll want me only after you've gone. After you've gone away. Ding, ding, ding.
Of course. Yes, I'm a big fan of Cyril Aimé. There's a really weird bug that's just entered my room. Okay, it's landed. Seems content. Seems content on the shelf, just exploring the books. Yeah, it doesn't look like one of those weird yellow black things. Doesn't have any sort of flashy colours, so fingers crossed. Might get stung on stream. Cyril Aimé, yeah, well, look, she could be French, she could be Swiss, I'm not sure. I think she's French, but she has this insane version of Cyril Aimé Joel Fram. Yes, softly as a morning sunrise. This is unreal.
Softly, as in a morning sunrise, the light of love comes stealing into a newborn day. Flaming with all the glow of sunrise, a gentle kiss is stealing the vow that will betray. All the passions that thrill love, lift you high to heaven. All the passions that kill love, let it flow away. So answer story softly, as in an evening sunset. The light that gave you glory will take it all away.
She gets a sharp 11 on this. Jeez. Listen to the solo break for the sax player. That is absolutely monstrous. Here we go. Obviously, when you're at Birdland, you have to quote Charlie Parker. That's yeah, an homage, an homage. I guess you can say that. It's just she's been around the sort of New York scene for a while. She's played with a lot of people, Cyril Aimé. But I think she lives in I think she was on a YouTube channel where she takes, you know, it's like My Crib or MTV Cribs or whatever it was called back in the day, like people having journalists touring their homes basically, and she lives somewhere in the mountains in Central America in like this crazy house that's all open. She's built it all herself. Like this, it's crazy. Bit of a hippie, but what an amazing singer. Hippie is not a criticism, by the way, but she does like living like a hippie a little bit. Amazing singer. And Joel Fram, there we go, that's his name, Joel Fram, right there on tenor. Boy, I think I transcribed parts of that solo, actually, the intro. That was years ago. This came out, this video was like out 12 years ago, so I must have transcribed it 10 years ago, maybe. Amazing thing to look at as well. Just the fluidity of his playing is unreal. Back quickly to a little workout thing. I forgot to talk about a video, another Frank Gambale video that I saw. Not Great Balls of Fire, something else. Not this guy. Basically, it is again Frank Gambale talking about how to get better at the sort of immediate fretboard knowledge, like useful fretboard knowledge. And he talks about basically playing a tune like this or just having a real book in front of you. But if you're more of a, you know, if you like visual cues or whatever, or if you don't have access to them, if you don't like physical real books, this is perfect for that. It forces you to, let's put another tune on. Let's go back to Days of Wine and Roses. Yep. And if I play it, I have to, basically his concept is you play all of the target notes and you're the one deciding which note you're going to play. So for instance, you could start very simply, if you're not really familiar with your fretboard, you could start simply by playing the root notes. Start like that, or to make it more interesting, you could play the thirds of each chord and let the chord decide which one it is. Yo, Zahar, how you doing, man? Lovely to see you on the stream again, dude. How have you been? Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated, man. What's been going on? How's St. Petersburg treating you? Are you in St. Petersburg at the moment? Or Moscow? Don't remember. You're in St. Petersburg. What was the ancient name of St. Petersburg? Was it Petrograd? Petrograd. So you can play the thirds of each chord. 3, 4. B flat. G. C. F. B flat. B flat again. G. C sharp. F. B. B flat. E. A. G. F sharp. B flat. G. C. F. D. G sharp. C. B flat. E. A. B flat and E. Now you've gone around this particular tune, and you can name all of the thirds, which means you've got twice as many points to sort of latch onto when it comes to improvising. You've got your root notes now, and you've got your thirds, and then you keep expanding on that. You went here just to bring some bags to the dorm, mostly teas. Of course, you're a big tea guy, and clothes. Also, I brought here my bass, the jazz bass fretless, the crazy Gensec bass. So that's another use for this great tool, and you can just keep going like that. I'm not super. Let's just give it a shot. Let's try and link roots, major thirds, and hopefully some other chromaticisms through this tune. Start with the roots and the thirds. Again, major third, major third. And then you keep moving on like that. You add roots, major thirds, not major or minor, just the appropriate third of the chord that's coming there, and you keep it, and you keep looking, get into the habit of looking ahead to the next chord and see how you can potentially link the two together with whatever note. If you can't, you can't. That's fine. You'll just work your way towards it. But start slowly playing all the roots, all the thirds, all the fifths, all the sevenths, and then all of the funky extensions. And then before you know it, you've done, a week worth of practice. You've covered the entirety of all the chord tones and the juicy jazz target notes, like a sharp 11 or a flat 13th, or a nice 11 on a minor chord, and all of these elements start slowly gelling together to allow you to see where you can go next, and eventually, through methodical practice, which I'm hoping to put my money where my mouth is in that sense, because I will be practicing some of this on the stream, including analyzing. Jeez, okay, end of the stream. Not quite. Including analyzing the Oscar Peterson solo on this, because I really, really want to understand what's going on there. There's so much in that solo that I want to just whack, just imprint, just onto my brain. I want to have some of that Oscar Peterson sugar poured into my playing. Why so many metaphors? I love it. I have only one bass, and it has everything I need. I only need one instrument. It's called Bliat, and it does everything. Cooking, working in the field, it does everything well. Everything a Russian man needs is in one bass. How do you say bass in Russian? Please don't tell me it's just bass. Sorry, man, I hope you don't mind the accent. I'm terrible at accents, but I like making them. So, sue me. Make a French accent. I like it though. The idea that one bass, to be honest, dude, I can kind of see where you're coming from. I don't have a dissimilar view to my instruments that much. It's just the requirements changed without me really changing my opinions about it. Bass with A, like in car. Bass. And now I'm going to have to figure out how to say I play bass in Russian. I play bass in Russian. Я играю на басу. Я играю на басу. That's literally what it sounds like. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear the YouTube?
Я играю на басу.
Я играю на басу. I can't say it. It's like I can't say swear words even if they're in Russian or Mandarin. It's it's a personal choice. I swore, even though I did earlier today. There was a little F-bomb that dropped mistakenly. My apologies. It was very quick though. I tried to correct it as quickly as I could, but oops. Бас. Я играю на басу.
Я играю на басу.
Я играю на басу.
Я играю на басу.
She changes intonation all the time.
Я играю на басу.
You guys can hear this, right?
Я играю на басу. Я играю на басу.
Some of them she's drunk, and then the other one she's on ketamine or something.
Я играю на басу.
Я играю на басу. Okay, enough. This is not really a bass stream, is it? Well, tangentially related to bass, I suppose. But it's a bit of a stretch. Alright, who wants some Labubu? Labubu! I'll just refresh my memory on the Labubu stuff. She sounds really high, doesn't she? Right. Oh, please, Phil, don't play Labubu. Don't. No. I have to play La Boo Boo. Лабубу преследуют меня.
Лабубу преследуют меня.
Лабубу преследуют меня. Zach, please tell me that got a little laugh out of you. Please. Tell me you at least chuckled. The things I do for my streamers, eh? For my subscribers, eh?
Лабубу преследуют меня.
Лабубу преследуют меня. This is... Okay, music, Phil. Stop it. You're not a clown. Good. Oh no, it's the boo-boos. They're coming for you. Oh, come on. Oh, it's so fast, that line. My God. It sneaks up on you, that line. Beautiful, though. What a great line, honestly. Remember, this is Edoardo Bombacci, my friend from London. Well, from Italy. Friend from London, but he's from Italy. What a great challenging little line. It's a really challenging little line. And then immediately after going down like this. One more try. Plays it kind of loosely, all right? It's not really in the rhythm, so blah blah blah. Excuses. You guys can go back to, I can't remember which stream this was that I transcribed this, if you want to go back to it, but there's also a transcription available on the Patreon, where I credit Mr. Edoardo Bombacci for wait, did I do a transcription of that? Oh, no, I didn't. The song is indeed cursed, but the chord progression, though, is very common. It's a rather common chord progression, especially if you're into playing anime music. You'll recognize it. It's just one of those progressions that just suggests anime opening credits. But the chord progression is very, very common, and some of the stuff that Eduardo does on that is just chef's kiss, delicious, like really pristine, classic, gorgeous, gospel-y, funky bass playing. So kudos shout out to Eduardo Bombace for blessing us with this beautiful piece of bass playing, because yes, the underlying context is pretty cursed. Labubu preslediut menia. That means Labubus are haunting me. There we go. What does droga mean in Russian? Oh, okay. Drugs. What does skatina? Oh, cattle. Who does bad? I see. Well, guys, we're going to proceed with Phil Speaks Russian for another hour and a half of me pretending like I can speak Russian. But this is the end of Phil Plays Bass for the day. I will be back, if not tomorrow, 100% certainly on Friday. Oh, no, hang on. No, actually, I will be streaming tomorrow, because on Friday I have a meeting with the school where I'll be starting to teach next week. So Friday for the whole afternoon, it's a block, so I won't be able to stream on Friday. But tomorrow I'll be back here and we'll continue with our... I'll continue with my fretboard practice. You guys do whatever you want to do. But I'd be chuffed if you guys could join me. And I will be here, same time again tomorrow. Friends, thank you for joining me. Zahar, Michael. Michael will jump on the call in just a little while. Zahar, get well, dude. I hope the bass gets a proper workout with you in St. Petersburg. I'm glad you're reunited with Bus. And Nate, I hope you have a good day at work, dude. And thanks for joining regardless. Really appreciate it. If you guys, Zahar, if you have the opportunity to try the app on philplaysbass.com, do give it a shot. Join the leaderboard and give me some positive or negative feedback, whatever you want. I'd prefer not negative, constructive, even if it's a bit harsh. Don't mind at all. Just whatever you think is rubbish or useless. I want to hear everything. If you guys can spare the time, I would really, really appreciate it. So that was it for Phil Plays Bass today, guys. More chordal target notes tomorrow, because I think this is the way forward. Thank you all for joining. This was Phil Plays Bass. Toodles. See you tomorrow. Not Friday. Tomorrow. Bye-bye.